Greetings everyone, breathful day. We had to switch up the programming today because we're on our way to the Indigenous Peoples Day event here in Miami. And on our way there, let's talk about mental breath programming. One of the easiest ways to program your breath is also with mental breathwork, sound. You're telling me I can make network stations all around the world and program people on a daily-to-daily basis, right? I like to say whatever they can do, we can do as well to ourselves to a different degree. So while you're resting in deep REM, deep into your subconscious, open, in a phase that is effortless, playing subliminal breathing tracks that is one parasympathetic is now then programming your subconscious breaths, because when you're like, hopefully with your mouth closed, taking a doze off, and that is what's being imprinted into a part of your subconscious that is way more open, less resistance, depending on your environment. And if you live in a chaotic environment, that is not the best environment. I don't care what it is, however you want to define it. Playing something harmonious as this is somewhat also, in a way, in real time. It's like, I don't even want to visually give it too much paint right now. I want to leave that open-ended for every mind for themselves to bring forth into their subconscious, whatever that may look like, in a powerful way. And it's like gathering a whole bunch of cells in your body and coming in a full forefront of a collective conscious decision of being more in parasympathetic, being more in homeostasis, being more in less stress, more expansion, because everyone feel like less is diminishing to a certain degree. No, in many different instances, less is more. In many aspects of life, less is more. And that may look very different for everyone, and that's okay. That is the beautiful tapestry of life that has painted this whole algorithm that we are living in, and the symphony of what it's creating. So why not make it a impactful experience? Honor it as being impactful. Every breath is impactful, leading to this now moment. It's like animation, for instance. It would be hours and hours and hours of work, especially the further you go back into the history of animation and television. Hours of work to produce 20 minutes of a award-winning film, or hundreds of hours of work, if we're talking about film here, to produce film in general. Those tiny ripples that built hours and hours into days, because we can break it into days at that point. There's animes out there that took a whole 2 years to do. I think even Disney has some of them. All the little details of drawing page by page, little movements, frame by frame, to create one big motion picture. We're all taking an inhale all at once, but it's distributed in many different assets. There's only one inhale, one exhale. And this is where it's even breaking the aspect of time, because at another certain point in time, someone is taking a breath. Another point in time, another person is taking a breath. You see how we're just like, at that point, what is time has to do with limiting breath in general. That's why we like to focus on the quality aspect of breath versus the time. Inhale for 4. For someone compared to a 7-foot giant, you honestly think inhaling for 4 seconds is the most efficient way of being for that person of his size. It's ratio, it's pressure ratio, it's keyword pressure ratio, right? Your inhale in general is way different in the aspect of your exhale. The inhale represents sympathetic, simple, point blank. The inhale represents a sympathetic response for the body. The exhale represents parasympathetic, point blank, period. That's it. That is one of the basis foundation of Alchemy Breathwork. The exhale represents parasympathetic. And that is the main point of creating a symphony within the small details of the one breath that is, to then create a mental fortitude, if you will, and building the awareness that you have a whole canvas to work with in the aspect of color, sound, different experiences that your body go through naturally, hence rest is one of them. So you can play with these vibratory dimensions, if you will, utilizing the sound of parasympathetic breathing with this aspect of movement and instruments of all different kinds. It brings a ripple into just building a stronger breath journey, or just more intimate one. Because the breath, at the end of the day, is your friend. The breath is your friend. Affirm it. Affirm that your breath has seen, felt, experienced everything you have went through in this one play of life. So can you imagine that? Take a moment. And that's what I mean. Breath is in all algorithms of life one way or another. Because it's not just an inhale, it's not just air, right? It has different molecules in there as well. Hence, it has different sequences and information in there, right? But at the core of it all, that moves 70% of this vehicle, because vehicles, right? They got their doors, they got their engines, they got their steering wheel, they got the seats, they got the windows, pores, your skin. Everything is connected at that point, right? So I would say the breath also represents contrast and pressure of quote-unquote contrast, and what contrast can do at a molecular level, shifting the dimensions in your blood to feel anger, to feel quote-unquote pain, to feel adrenaline, oh my gosh, cortisol, etc. All these different chemical reactions in your body is highly orchestrated by your breath functions, and every breath leading to this one moment. Dawn of the ages. Interesting. Ooh, singular consciousness. Singular consciousness. That's fire. If you want to astral project, it's simple as following the string to your breath. Instead of forcing your soul or quote-unquote spirit to go out your body to go somewhere else or go through, etc., etc. When you dream in general, you do realize your body does, your spirit Your essence does that. But why not get to the point where you learn how to echo and project versus ripping, any type of ripping sensation? Why not learn to breathe from the depth core that all is stemmed from? That way, when you want to astral project, it'll be smooth. It'll get to the point where, hey, for my time of rest, do I want to be more in my body sensationally? Do I want to be more in my breath? Do I want to be more in a sense where I can go back and forth? I can play with different colors. I can ask the subconscious itself, have a particular dialogue. And that's where the breath extends in the aspect of contrast. You're not just limited to conscious acts, but now you're using the string of breath that is also imprinted in the subconscious with the conscious guidance of where you want it to go. Hence your spirit, hence your consciousness. That's how you manifest, or one of the ways of manifesting, or one of the ways that plays a role in your manifestation. Every decision, every breath matters. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it off here. And we go over this in mental breathwork, by the way. So I always tell people, hey, is it this technique, that technique? When people are asking, I'm like, man, lady, woman, definitely go check out the mental breathwork. It will open your palate, if you will, when it comes to what I call breath consciousness. And the book is on its way, because I know people want to have that physical touch too, right? Or at least a book. So the book is also on its way. I feel out of many breath journeys, the mental breathwork, I realize, is one of the most sought out, repeated journeys that I've been seeing from other people, their own experiences, what they're telling me. And it's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm not there, quote unquote, pushing it there. Like, and the beautiful thing with Breath Family, we have over 100+ video content for you to take any type of different breath journey that you want that fits your needs, right? And that's why I stopped the other breath journeys and selling them separately. I'm like, no, those can really go in the Breath Family members group, but specifically Mental Breath Journey opens a whole canvas of the paint of life that is in front of you on a daily basis to help you shift the algorithm, if you will, or breathe into another aspect of the algorithm of life that you want to experience with less stress, no matter what environment is in front of you. And that is power of the breath. All right, guys, have a breathful day. We might see each other later tonight. We'll see. If not, definitely mañana. Oh, wow, we came the same time.